For a brief moment, the city of dreams was going to be Nepal's. Mumbai, Nepal were threatening to do the unthinkable. 10 runs needed of 6 balls. With Lokesh Bam, remember Lokesh Bahadur Bam scoring a brilliant 38. But just like in 2024, just like that game against South Africa, Nepal, I was ready to say Nepal do the unthinkable, but they have lost by 4 runs to England, who were given the ultimate almighty scare. We thought Pakistan got a scare from Netherlands. That's old news, my friend. Nepal have managed to ensure that all of England's players aged by 20 years. Because what an exhibition. Nepal, salute for the way, and especially salute to Lokesh Bahadur Bam. Because remember, if you thought this was just a one-off, think again. 39 of 12 he hit in one of the playoff matches against Samoa showed that 145 strike rate is no fluke. But Harshit, it is the ultimate heartbreak, and I really feel for Nepal.
You've got to feel for Nepal. They came so very close, and they would have thought that they could smell that victory, they could touch that victory, they could embrace that victory, they could take the victory home. That is how Nepal would have felt in the penultimate over. But this is cricket, and so often as we've seen, especially when this is when it's a case of David versus Goliath, which this match also fits into as far as the description goes. This is what separates David and Goliath. This is where experience comes in. My heart goes out to the Nepal fans as well, who, by the way, have surprised me even with the turnout.
Yeah.
That RCB looking jersey that they have, at least from a distance with those white shots that we were seeing, this was an absolute sea of Nepal fans who had taken over.
But if you look at what is happening at the Wankhede, everybody, look at it. A standing ovation being given for Nepal, and this you have to give them. And even I'll also stand up and give them a standing ovation at this point.
This is such a good advertisement of the sport, I would say. Such a good advertisement. They definitely do deserve all the applause as well. And it's good. See, there's not just the Nepalese fans who've flown over
in huge numbers,
but it's also down to the locals as well.
Yeah.
Of course, I see a lot of people wearing Nepalese jersey, which is great to see. And this is what will take our sport ahead. This is exactly what we were talking about. India getting a wake-up call. Let's also, recognize the fact that now we've seen 3 full member nations be tested. We've seen in India, we've seen in England, both 2-time champions. We've also seen Pakistan get tested by an associate nation. So, one thing, it's still early days. We're only into day 2 of the competition. And what have the associates told us? Watch out, you big guys. We're prepared for you. I think that's the message that's come out. And we're still left with 1 match. Yeah. Let's not forget.
But again, that is between 2 full member nations. But again, this is a clear-cut indication. Stop ignoring and isolating the associate nations, please. Because this is what they can give you. They can give you thrillers. I mean, who would have thought all of us would be in palpitations? Is Nepal going to do the unthinkable? You had that familiar vein of excitement. Wow, we are going to see something special. And it was almost special. For that knock that Lokesh Bam played, for Dipendra Singh Airi. Remember, these kind of knocks that Dipendra Singh Airi played, it's nothing new. He did it a 9-ball 50. The quickest anybody's ever hit in the Asia Cup, Asian Games 2023 encounter against Mongolia. You had Kushal Burchel, who has done so well for Nepal in the past. Rohit Podel, the anchor around which everybody revolves around. So that is why Nepal, it's only the 3rd time that they're playing in the T20 World Cup. 2014, they did manage to do well. I think they beat Bangladesh, if I'm not mistaken. I think they caused 1 upset in the tournament that was there. But in 2024, they needed 8 of 6. against South Africa in a chase of 116.
Today also, Siddharth, the predictor said at one point it was favouring England. Then it became sort of 50-50. Then you had Nepal take a 53-47 sort of a lead. And come the penultimate over, that had increased to in excess of 70. I think it was 73% in favour of Nepal. But we were speaking yesterday of India getting a wake-up call. England got more than just a wake-up call. They were made to huff and puff.
England will get insomnia. They have not gotten a wake-up call. They'll have sleepless nights now. Let us make one thing clear.
They would have been, and as you saw in that dressing room as well, there was pandemonium over there in that penultimate over. So England were made to, sweat bullets, to put it politely. And yes, in this group that they find themselves, yes, they'll perhaps go through England.
But I won't be surprised if this suddenly becomes a group of death, because the associates keep putting on a show like this.
Scotland were good.
We don't know how Italy is going to perform. I mean, remember, their football team hasn't qualified for the last 2 consecutive World Cups. The cricket team has qualified. We don't know how they will do it. If they manage to surprise England, if Scotland do the unthinkable against England, you don't know. Suddenly, this could be a group of death.
That Italian team also, by the way, because I remember doing a story a few months back. It will also remind you a lot about the US because it's full of immigrants.
Of course. But the one guy who got them there, he's not going to be part of it. So, but again, let us look at the game-changing moment. For me, Lokesh Baum is a star for the sheer disdain he showed to Jofra Archer. Archer, remember, is one of your gun T20I bowlers in the death. But he knew, like a computer, yes, he's going to bowl short and slow. I hang back, whack, deep mid-wicket. I again hang back, whack, deep square leg. Those 2 sixes that he hit of Jofra Archer and the way how he clearly rattled Luke Wood. It was just Sam Curran's brilliance that ensured that, yes, Sam Curran, remember, has been a gun death bowler himself. He's regaining this form.
Why do we not see this version of Sam Curran in the IPL?
I think that price tag, one, plus not been played consistently enough, but he's slowly regaining that mojo that made him. I mean, remember, Delhi Capitals versus Punjab Kings, he got a hat-trick. Let's make no mistake about it. So, Sam Curran was the difference. Plus, I think the number of runs that Nepal's bowlers unfortunately leaked when Harry Brook was going gung-ho. I think those fine margins ensure that, yes, when you are nearing glory, that time the pressure is a lot more. Even experienced teams falter. Look at South Africa versus Australia, 1999. 1 needed of 4, and yet you couldn't make it to the final. Here, 8 needed of 6 in 2024. They lost by 1 run. Here, they lost by 4 runs. And that margin, when he couldn't take that single, we felt that, he needs to go Miyandad.
Yeah, but that was actually a good single denied because he was willing to take that single, but as Karan Casey on the opposite side rightly did, he denied him that single and he said, no boss, you've got to take the strike. Absolutely the right thing to do as well. But I can't remember who said this, but today's game was a lot about, so if there's 50 odd runs left for your chase, bringing it from 50 to 40 is easier than making 10 look 0 towards the end.
I mean, they needed 62 of 6 overs and they made 52 in 5. So they were on par with the run rate that was there. But for me, the game-changing moment which ensured that Nepal had an uphill struggle, the catch by Tom Banton to dismiss Deependra Singh Airi. Deependra Singh Airi is one of those rare power hitters who really is like an asset in this Nepal team. Many people dismiss, they hone their skills by playing in Kirtipur. But again, honing your skills in Kirtipur also demands some power. And that's why Deependra Singh Airi and Lokesh Baum, the power that they exhibited, slow short balls and getting them second row or something, deep mid-wicket, needs tremendous amount of skill. But that Tom Banton catch, I felt that, oh no, Nepal, it is going to take an uphill climb for you. But they are experienced in uphill climbs
I think the associates have really come together and said that, listen, one thing we need to do is that no full member nation, the fan base or whatever, or teams for that matter, should be looking at us as minnows. the one objective at the moment seems to be, and I think, you know, this can still be done or be achieved in T20 cricket.
Yes.
The gap really widens when you enlarge the format of the games. So if you zoom out, you make it a 50 over, then those gaps will become bigger in Test cricket, which is why you've seen when even with Afghanistan for that matter, Test matches, they don't usually last till 5 days. So it is in this format of the game, if you're making the game more inclusive, if you want to take the game to more corners of the world, T20 cricket, which is why is the gateway to cricketing, to globalization of cricket.
There is a reason 104 nations play, and you look at most of the records, say the biggest victory margins, the first highest scores that were there, it was actually the associate nations, Czech Republic, Turkey, Austria, all of them set the original records in T20s in the modern era. The established nations came much later. When it came to records, India have been breaking records left, right and center and all of that. But for once, I think I'll have to credit the ICC commentary panel for including someone like an Andrew Leonard. For people who don't know, Andrew Leonard has been one of the voices for associate nations. And when you look at his commentary, whenever it comes to Nepal, he is a treasure trove of information. He was serving as one of the coaches in the Nepal side also, and now he's doing commentary. Please, whenever you get the time, listen to Andrew Leonard and the way how he goes about his commentary, especially with the lesser known nations that are there. Because people, when you look at lesser known nations, there is a different novelty altogether. Starts right from the under-19 setup all the way to here. Deependra Singh Airi, Arif Sheikh, Lokesh Bam, Gulshan Jha, Karan Kesi, they are all products of the under-19 setup, also from Nepal. Nepal cricket, for the way their political troubles have been going on, especially in their cricket, they remember the cricket board was also suspended because of political interference. You had veterans like Paras Khadka coming in and showing the pathway that yes, it is possible. Nepal cricket can dare to dream. And I think in 2024, with the way how, and 2022, how the associate nations did, I mean, Ireland getting the better of Sri Lanka, Scotland getting the better of West Indies.
West Indies, exactly.
Then you look at it, even in 2024, the way how your associate nations kind of scared the big guys. You can't ignore them anymore. Please, never ever ignore. And that is why, see, watching an India-Australia is fun. But when these kind of matches happen, it is double the fun. Never ever take associate nations lightly, please. They are not there to be lambs to the slaughter. They are there to compete. And as in this game, it's drained you through. It's drilled you one point. Cricket is a contest between two nations. There's nothing called as a one-sided thing. If you respect the opponent, please, you have achieved cricketing superstardom when it comes to your thinking of the game. But your thoughts on how did England survive this? And is this a win that England will say, we got out of jail? But then I think if you want to go ahead in this T20 World Cup campaign, do you think they are seriously panicking now?
Early days, Siddharth, for I think a team like England to start panicking, I'm pretty sure they would believe with Baz in the dugout now here as well, that look at this as a hiccup, a major wake-up call. This was more than just jitters. They were jolted today in so many ways. But were they always really behind the game? No, I think it's those last couple of overs that really changed things for them, and the margins really got minimized, because at one point the asking run rate was over 12 as well. So you needed more than 2 runs a ball at one point. So that's okay, you will take that. However, they were always on the brink per se, because 12 and over these days can be done too. It's not achievable. So even though things were at that stage at one point, I felt that, okay, just coming back to answer your question, I don't think England will be too scared at this point. Not too scared. Yeah, see, again, you can be tested at times. What this does tell me is, and I'm talking not just for England but for the other teams as well, the USA had better plans for India yesterday. They had done their homework. Ravichandran Ashwin points that out on his social media platforms as well. And I think the way that they strangulated India in the power play, where India were 48 for 4, they had plans for the Indian team. today, I think what we've seen is in these three matches, Pakistan. In fact, if there was an order, I'm going to keep Pakistan right at the bottom.
Pakistan, Netherlands.
Yeah.
West Indies, Scotland.
Not that much.
USA, India.
Absolutely. And today's game.
England, Nepal.
Exactly. I'm going to point out two overs here. One was that of Jofra Archer, which completely changed things, and the other was that of Liam Livingstone. I think those two overs gave me the sense that England are taking their opposition lightly. Especially that Liam Livingstone over, because I think it came around the 10th or the 11th over mark, and that gave me a sense that the bowling's too loose, the fielding's all over the place. There were a couple of misfields as well, remember. So I think the fact that they were bowling sort of deliveries which you don't expect England to be bowling, especially at the World Cup, too flat, too loose, too short, no drift at all. Livingstone not a great turner of the ball. Yes, he had a good IPL with the ball. Everyone remembers about that. But again, this is not what you expect from England come the World Cup. So I felt there was a lack of imagination. There was a lack of competitiveness from that has been from the big guys, and the big guys have been given a big wake up call by the supposed small guys. So it's good in a way. I'll again say that it's a
Davids are finally ruling the hearts and minds. Finally,
yeah. So I have enjoyed. So the good thing is we've gotten good cricket to enjoy. But will England be too rattled? Yes, they have concerns now. But I think with all teams now, I would say, especially India, England, I'm going to club here and not Pakistan that much. Only because I see a cricketing gap between Pakistan and these two countries. But with India and England, I think, while they may not necessarily lose their sleep, they would have realized that, listen, our preparation for every nation, it cannot be basis who we are playing. It needs to be the way that, so the way that we must be preparing to play each other, for example, should exactly be the way we prepare for a USA, or the way that we prepare for a Nepal. And this is what perhaps wasn't the state of mind for the England players as well today. But
yeah,
your thoughts?
I think they will be rattled, and I think going forward, it's not a good sign for them, because I'll give you one component that dramatically failed today. What helped them in Sri Lanka, look at their spin bowling. Adil Rashid was taken to the cleaners today. I mean, shall we just look at the scorecard if it is possible for this particular match? I'll give you the combined spin bowling analysis for all, okay? Adil Rashid, 3 overs, none for 42. Will Jacks, 1 for 17. So 5 overs, 59. Liam Dawson was the only saving grace for you. 4 overs, 2 for 21. But look at your spin bowlers.
Yeah.
And I'm surprised why Jacob Bethel didn't
I was
bowl.
talking about Will Jacks at that time. I ended up saying Livingstone.
But why didn't Jacob Bethel bowl? Wasn't Bethel the guy, or was he playing in this game today? Jacob, can you just go up? Did Bethel
played, na?
Then why didn't he bowl?
Yeah, there you see 55.
55 or 35. Why didn't he bowl? Because he was the guy who got you wickets even in Sri Lanka on conditions which were like kind of flattish but also very spin friendly. What were England thinking? And this is where I +1, +2, +3, +4 your thing that they were taking Nepal very lightly. That is why I wanted England's arrogance to be laid to rest today. I think if Nepal had beaten them, we would have proudly said, "Toot gaya Angrezon ka ghamand." Because you didn't play your best spinner. You think, Nepal, what are they going to do? We'll just take some practice against them. But they seriously panicked. Luke Wood, 4 delivery, 3 wides, and landing outside the tramline almost. I'm like, boss, this is next level panic that they have got. Which is why this loss is hurting even more. I wish Nepal had broken England's ghamand today. Unfortunately or fortunately, they were not made to pay. But going forward, I think if their spin bowling does this, and looking at the other teams that are there, even in the Super 8 stage also, problems, massive problems for the England team that is there. So yeah, but I only wished Angrezon ka ghamand tootna chahiye tha. But yeah, kudos to Nepal. I mean, I am happy that they have shown that.
Thrilling game.
It was. So
let's get into some of the comments.
Yeah, let's get into the comments. And Pranit Datta saying, the difference between the two last overs won by Gulshan Jha, I know, cost Nepal the match. One by Curran, one England. By the way, Kushal, Burtel, Airi are definite talents. I mean, Deependra Singh Airi, I think no one will ever break that record. 9 ball 50. The only thing is you can equal it. Because 8 sixes or a 2 or a 4. That's it. Nobody can ever break that record. But yeah, Kushal Burtel has been there for a long, long time. And that is the thing. So, yeah, I mean, it will take some time for us to register this in that sense. Rookie Tech is pointing out 18.5 ball is the turning point. It was a slot ball, but Gulshan missed the line. If it was gone to 4 or 6, then match was done and dusted. 18.5, I mean, he's talking about Lokesh Bum because Gulshan came on strike in the last ball. He was bowled by Luke Wood. So, yeah, if he had not swung across the line to Sam Curran when it became 9 or 4, then that's what, yeah, Rookie Techie, so many ifs and buts. If he had connected, could have been a 6, he could have won, but that's how cricket is, my friend. Jugan 417 is saying, Will Jacks, Liam Dawson and Sam Curran game changers for England. Sam Curran greater than Rauf, I mean.
Rauf.
I mean, he's now Harish Raut. And same thing happened 2 years ago in the SA. Gulshan couldn't finish the match there. Agreed. It was Gulshan Jha who was there in that game between South Africa. 116, 8 of 6. He couldn't drag them over the line. And here also today, he fell in that last ball and then Karan Casey and Lokesh Bum had too much to do. So that's the thing. Ashish Ranjan, Sam Curran IPL prize went out to perform well in 2022 World Cup and became man of the tournament. If he performs the same as he performed today's match, he'll again bag around rupees 20 crore in next auction. No, he's not reaching those stratospheric heights again. 18.5. And Sam Curran, he is again work in progress at this stage. So
Even now.
I mean, luckily he got Nepal. Otherwise, any other better team would have handled him in a much better way.
No, but credit to Sam Curran.
Of course,
the way that he was nailing the block hole. He had 10 runs. 10 runs to save in the last over, and he was as good as a bowling act as you can expect in the death.
Correct. But yes, we would have been carrying on with this live for another half an hour had Nepal won. Because we would have been joined by Nikhil also. We would have joined by the others. But yes, heartbreak.
In other words, you were saying Lauren Bell is better than him?
Who? Sam Curran. But yeah, Lauren Bell is a power play bowler. Yeah, she's a power play bowler. Curran's a death overs guy. So yes, I mean, I agree with Praneeth Datta that one over that Gulshan Jha bowled and the one over that Sam Curran bowled. Fine margins. It just ensures that yes, you do not do well. And yeah, unfortunately, that is the thing we are looking at. Pitch is not a problem. Good management is a problem. Yeah, Jay Panchal. Today also, it didn't raise a 200-day game. Wankhede.
Yeah.
I think the nature of the Wankhede wicket has been changed for this T20 World Cup alone. In the IPL, it will be a feather bed.
I saw some turn as well, Siddharth. Where Adil Rashid was getting a lot of turn.
You looked at in the previous game also, Harmeet Singh was getting such good turn from that from the spots that were there. Arko Kabiraj is saying, replace India versus Pakistan this type of matches. Nepal has huge number of eyeballs. Look at the number of crowds.
Yeah.
Let me tell you one thing. In one of the qualifiers, it happened in Kirtipur. I think it was Nepal versus Netherlands. Kirtipur, the stadium had a capacity of 20,000, but apparently 60,000 turned up because it was such an important game for Nepal's fortunes. And I think they won and the crowd celebrated in Kirtipur at this stage. So yes, I think Nepali viewers will come in if we cover more Nepal games because Nepal do have a chance. I mean, they pushed England close. Why can't they push the West Indies closer?
You never know.
You never know at this point. So yes, replace India, Pakistan. Well, we hope Pakistan gets replaced. But see, now with the thing that we are looking at, February 15th is on. I think it's not going to be a boycott anymore at this point.
Rahul, not Dravid, says that what a start to this World Cup. No upsets yet, but you've seen competitiveness across the board from Netherlands to Scotland to the USA to plucky cardiac kids. Okay.
Nepal will beat West Indies as written bilaterals. Yes, Nepal did beat West Indies 2-1 in Sharjah. And that was a huge moment for Nepal cricket. But again, a World Cup was a different beast altogether. That's the thing. freaking awesome thing. That's why many people like the 2022 T20 World Cup held in Australia. Sporting wickets, 170, 180 kind of wickets. I agree. A 230, 240 doesn't give you that kind of a competitive edge unless one or two games. I mean, example, Mumbai, same 2016, South Africa made 230, but England chased it down. Which is why 170, 180, it gives you the competitive nature of T20Is. So that is about it. We have finished with two games with New Zealand getting over the line. That was also a kind of a semi-thriller against Afghanistan. But this
one's been the best match till now.
yes, the match of the tournament so far. And we are only into game number 5 of this. And all the 4 associate nations have done well. So yes, that is the thing we are looking at it. So thank you so much, folks, for joining us for this update. Lots more coming up, including the ICC meeting. What will be the outcome of that? We hope Ireland, Sri Lanka doesn't give us any kind of surprises at this stage. Yes, the under 19 team has landed. We have got the visuals for you. You can check that out as well. So, bye-bye from me and Harshit. We'll be back soon with lot more updates. We'll be back soon with lot more updates.